Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for coming and watching. This is my everyday to work look. If you guys want to see how I get this look, just keep watching. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on that notification bell so you can see when I post new videos, and give this video a thumbs up. Alright guys, let's get started. For this look, since it's going to be kind of a quicker in the morning, everyday workday look, I'm going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. I really like this primer because it's a moisturizer and a primer in one. So it's really quick, to the point, and it gets its job done. So I do about one pump onto the hand, and then I just rub it into the skin. Once that's all rubbed in, I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation in shade Porcelain. And I just do about a pump and a half onto the side of my hand. And then I'm going to use, to blend it in, my Sephora Pro 56 brush. For concealer, I'm going to use my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, and I just squeeze some out, and then I just put it under the eyes, on my nose, and then on my chin and forehead. I try not to go too low with it because I've noticed that that's how it can start to look cakey. If you ever feel like you didn't get enough coverage, you can always add a little bit more in that area after you already blend it out, but until then, just use a little bit at a time. Otherwise it's going to get thick and cakey, and it's going to start creasing throughout the day, and yeah, so that's why I just use a little bit at a time. And I'm just using the same Sephora brush that I used for my foundation, just to blend it in, so that way it blends seamlessly and it's not like super white under my eyes and like dark on my face. It just kind of makes it all even color, or not even color, but a gradual lightening of the face. And I'm going to bring it on my eyelid as well, because this is how I'm going to prime. Now that I have my concealer all blended out, I'm going to go ahead and set it with my Mercier translucent setting powder and my Morphe E3 powder brush. The reason that I'm using a brush instead of my beauty sponge today is because I think it's just a lot faster and it does the same trick. The only thing I do have to say is, being dry like I am, I notice that if I do this like every single day with a brush instead of a wet beauty blender, I notice that it starts to make my skin look really powdery. So that's why I kind of will go back and forth, because the sponge, it makes the powder just go really nicely into your skin, and it won't make you look as powdery, where this just kind of puts the powder on your skin, so it'll make you look more powdery. If you have more oily skin, you might really like this technique better than if you were drier skinned. Next, I'm going to go in with bronzer, and I'm going to use my Bare Minerals Invisible Bronze in shade Fair to Light. And I'm using my Bare Minerals Full Flawless Face Powder Brush. I really want to get a new bronzing brush, because this one, it sheds so much on my clothes. I don't know if I just need to like wash it again to fix it, but I feel like it just sheds so much on my clothes, and it just bugs me. So that's why I've been wanting to get a new one. There's one from Morphe that's really good that I'm wanting to try. I just don't know the number, so I'm gonna have to find it. But I'll let you guys know when I get it. I'll let you know if I like it or not, and if it sheds, because this one bugs me. So I just get a little bit on the brush, and I'm just gonna go in my contour area. So right underneath your cheekbone, where a natural shadow would form. So after I bronze my face with my Bare Minerals brush, then I'm going to use my Anastasia A23 brush with this same powder. And this is just a lot smaller of a brush, so it kind of creates that contour to your face. So I'm really just going to put this where I want that extra definition. So right underneath my cheekbone. For blush, like all my other videos, I'm going to use the Becca Mineral Blush in the shade Flowerchild. I haven't really changed blushes at all because I just love the way that this one, it's pink but with like a hue of peach in it, and it just looks really good on my skin tone. And blush is something that I'm always nervous about because my cheeks are already really pink that I don't want. I want to re-add color in my face after kind of washing it out. But I don't want to add so much color that it makes putting foundation and stuff on useless, nor do I not want it to not show up. Because I used to have a blush and it was so light and almost like skin tone that like I felt like I was wearing it, but you couldn't really see it at all. So yeah. And then for highlighter today, I'm going to be using it's this little Makeup Forever. It's in shade H102. And with these, this is like the same as their eyeshadows as well. If you buy multiple, then you get money off. So like the more you buy, like the more bucks you save. I think it's only like $5 or so, but it adds up. So something to think about. They have a huge color selection when it comes to their eyeshadows, and they're very pigmented and very nice, and they don't have a lot of fallout. So I'm going to use my Morphe M438 brush. I'm just going to dive into this, and I'm actually going to spray it with my setting spray so that way it's more blinding on the face. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. So I'm just going to do a C around my eyebrow. That looks good. I like it. One setting spray that works really good for making your highlighters or bright shadows look way more bright and more obvious is the MAC Fix Plus. I don't know. It's that one and the I can't find my words, and the Smashbox primer water. There we go. I could not think of it. But those work really, really well because what they do is they help the way it's formulated, it turns powders into liquids, kind of. It like creates it into a cream. It kind of meshes them together. So when you spray it, that's why it goes on a lot more pigmented, because it makes it not so powdery. Alrighty, now that we're highlighted, I'm actually just going to go ahead and set my face. I was using the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea 4-in-1 setting spray to moisturize, set, and refresh. Alright, next I'm going to fill in my eyebrows. So I'm going to be using the Anastasia Brow Definer in shade Soft Brown. And what I do is I first spoolie all of the hairs upward so that way I can see where I want to draw the bottom of my eyebrow. Since my eyebrows are full, I like to let them embrace themselves, and I don't really like to make them super thick or bold or fake looking. So what I do personally is I start at the front on the bottom and I just do small strokes. And what this does is it creates a more defined brow, but it won't make it look like fake because it's a straight line, you know? I do make the line straight, but I just do little strokes so it's a lot softer. So like that. So it just created and made it a little bit more defined. And then for the top, what I do is I brush the hairs downward just a little bit, and I can see where it's missing hair right there, and that's where I'm gonna fill it in. So I just start only when where it's missing hair, because like up here, it's fine, it's full. Like I don't need to touch it. So just where it's missing that hair, I'm gonna go ahead and fill it in. and then I just spoolie it through to move the product through my brow. Like that. So it just gave it definition and helped the natural brow look more defined, but I'm not making it look super fake. And then in the front, I just do little small strokes to recreate the little hairs that are missing. And that's it. Now that I have both my brows filled in and shaped, I'm going to go ahead and set them so that they won't move throughout the day. I'm going to use the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. And I really like this one over other ones because it works really well. It makes your eyebrow hairs a little bit more fluffy, you could say. It doesn't make them all flat and two-dimensional. So they look real, they look there, they look relevant. And the bristles on it are super thin, so you can really get in your hair. It's not a big old brush where you feel like you're getting it all over your eyebrow area instead of just your eyebrows. So I brush it up first, and then I go along the top and just comb them down. So now they won't move, and you can sweat and touch your face and your eyebrows will stay right where you put them. And then for our eyes today, I'm going to go ahead and use the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette because I love all of these warmer and burgundier shades. I just think it's a really nice look. It looks really good every day because it's not just that traditional brown on your eye. So I'm going to use my Morphe M441 blending brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and start off with this Bone Fresco. It's this purpley shade right there. So I'm just going to get into this, tap a little bit off. Sheesh. And I'm just going to use this color as my transitional shade. So I just start applying it onto the crease. And this will already, it's just a little bit of color, but it'll just start adding a little depth to your eye and a little color all at once. So I'm just doing this in the crease, blending it upward a little bit and downward a little bit, just so that way we have a base shade. Now that I have all the product that I just used off my brush, I'm going to go over it again and just make sure it's all blended out because I don't want any harsh lines with this color. Now that we have that color blended in, I'm going to use my Morphe M433 brush, and I'm going to go in with Red Ochre. It's this really beautiful burgundy color right here. And I'm just going to tap in it just a little bit, and I'm going to tap off that excess because I don't want a lot to explode on my eye. And I'm just going to start in the outer corner and just blend it up to the crease and then in the crease. Alright, so now we have a little bit of that burgundy in it. It creates a really nice, almost like a purpley burgundy because you have that purple base on. And again, you just do a little bit at a time. You just keep building on it because it is more of a brighter, a little bit darker of a color. You don't want to go all in at once. You just want to go a little bit at a time. I'm going to use my e.l.f. Professional Eyeshadow Brush. It's just a very flat brush. I'm going to dip into the Vermeer shade right there. And I'm just going to get a little bit onto the brush, tap it off, and then just in the inner corner, I'm just going to tap this on and slowly blend it onto the center of the crease as well. And that will just really brighten up and open up your eyes. By putting a really bright color in the center of your eyes, that's really going to open up your eyes and make you look a lot more awake. So if you've had a really busy week and you're just not feeling it, by putting, even if you didn't do any eyeshadow and you just put a little bit of bright on the inner corner, it'll really just open up your eyes and make you seem 10 times more awake and 10 times more ready to be there. So I'm going to take my pinky finger in the shade Tempura right here, this little white shade, and I am just going to tap this into the inner corner. Oop, or on my nose. Ugh, did not mean to do that. Alright, so I have that in the inner corner, and you can see that it just makes the whites of my eyes a lot more vibrant and just the whole look really come alive. I'm going to use my e.l.f. brush once again, and I'm going to go in with this Bon Fresco, the first light purple shade that we used. Get a little bit on the brush, and I'm just going to dust this underneath my eyes. And I only go about halfway in on the bottom of my eye, so that way it doesn't make my eyes look really small and close. It just creates that more opened, even color distribution type of deal. Alright, so once we have those, I'm going to go ahead and use my eyeliner. Today I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Eye Pencil. This is in shade Blaquer. And I'm just going to, on the outer parts of my eye, I'm just going to put a little bit on here, right by my lashes. And it's okay if it's a little bit messy, because we're going to take a dense eyeshadow brush and smudge it out. And I'm not going to put any on my waterline because I don't want it to make my eyes look smaller. And so with my Veramona Eye Smudger brush, I'm going to look down and tilt my head up, and I'm just going to smudge out that black eyeliner. So now that we have our eyeliner on, I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes, and then I'm going to use my Dior Overcurl mascara for today's look. Because we are not doing false lashes today, this mascara, personally, I feel like it really lifts and boosts my lashes without needing false lashes. So I'm just going to go ahead and curl, and I do about 5 to 10 pulses on the eyelashes. I feel like pulsing it makes them stay longer for some reason versus just holding it. I don't know why, but it's just how I do it. Alright, so you guys can see how having my lashes longer, I mean, I feel like they look fuller, but yeah. And then to finish off this look for work, I'm going to use my MAC lipstick in shade Viva Glam 2 because it's a pinky nude shade, so it's really natural, great for every day, but it really ties in the burgundy colors, like the pinky, burgundy, purpley colors that we did on our eyes. So yeah. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I hope you guys like it. This is my personal everyday workday look. I think it's really quick, really easy, super fun to do. If you guys liked this video and you enjoyed this look, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you guys say hello in the comments. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.